some settings, tweaking and everything on the fly here. But it caught my eye. And you know me. Interesting things always are what catch my eye. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna show you guys these settings because they're actually interesting. So you'll notice how it all says decent. The options in the graphics menu are potato, wood, brass, decent, and glorious. I'm gonna go ahead and knock things down to brass, just... Oh yeah, no, actually I probably need to lower it more than that. Alright then, down to potato it goes, because I'm noticing the CPU usage is absurd right now. It's probably gonna get mad as hell for a second while it takes effect. I might even have to reboot the game right quick for these to take effect properly. Or this might just be a no-go, because that CPU usage is staying really high. Hold that thought. With how this looked, I assumed it wasn't going to be too bad to run. I might be wrong. We might end up having to swap this one out entirely. Maybe just the menu's bad, though. Maybe just the menu is, like, absurdity. It's leveling off somewhat now. We got pick scenery. We got the fern swamps, the elderberry mountains, shore of the blue sea, the Elysian, and the Ice Mage's library. But we can only tell the story of the fern swamp. So let's see how that looks. Randomizing scenery, loading tutorial. There's the music, and it is louder than anticipated, so we'll just go ahead and... that. Apologies for the ears. I didn't have information to work off of on the menu, so just kind of making this up as we go along a bit here. Welcome to Vow of the Wordlock, the best game ever made, or at least one of the craziest. Move with WSD, left-clicking on yourself, enemies, objects, etc. will open a small info window, right-click to close. If you would move into an enemy, you will trigger a melee attack instead. Now find and kill an enemy. Now note what we picked up from them. Of course, clubbing is not what a staff is made for. Killing enemies gives you letters you can place on the board to the right to cast spells. For example, you can now cast the word pet. Play any word you like, use drag and drop on letters, then press the play button. This is what caught my eye about this game, is it's a spelling game in multiple ways. And I'm trying to get my dashboard back now that I've seen that this is stable enough at the moment. Let's try the spell they told us to cast. Oh, that's interesting. It actually gives you like a description of the thing that you're putting in. Pet did not do what I thought it would. That did lightning. Ah. As you saw, you casted the spell Shock, the only one you know right now. Shock works as the following. Damage round score in the bottom left of the board. Length, number of letters you played, words of the round. Okay, so you know spells, but you use the spells by spelling words. Okay, I thought the words were gonna make the actual spells themselves. That's not quite what I thought. Rarer letters are worth more. If your played letters form a word with letters already on the board, All created horizontal or vertical words count for the round score. I cheated you some more letters. Cast shock once more. 1 ton? Ooh. I need to look at this man, make that matter. So I guess we'll just go with moon. Oh wow, that gets a lot of length there. Neat. Valid words. Valid are all English words in the dictionary that do not start with a capital letter and contain no space, hyphen, or special characters. So Tuesday is not a valid word, but noob and Riz are. Interesting. That's it for now. Now it's your time to explore the randomly generated map, find relics, level some more, or until you can beat the boss. I will send you some other help tips from time to time. For now, here are some letters. Good luck. We just have to reach the end of the chapter. Doesn't seem like I can turn in place. I think I can spell this. Western. There we go, Western. A facing situated in or related to the West. This is such overkill. But you know what? I can spell good words. Sometimes. It seems like a big part of the play for this is actually going to be being conservative with the letters you're using, though. I figured this might be a thing, but it isn't. It's just a box with flowers in it. Oh, we got archers. This is using up way more CPU than I would have expected something of this design to do. But I think it's because of how much stuff is moving on the board at once. And hit you with a rail. That appears to be in range. Nope. I'm gonna whack you with my stick. Oh, I understand what the letters they have above their heads mean now. That's the letters they have. So defeating them, I presume, gets us those letters. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. This chest has... Oh, something that fell on the floor over here. Gained relic statue of the minor goddess. How do I see what that means? Just gonna assume that that's a good thing, because I don't see... Oh wait, yeah, there's a 1 out of 4 up here, so I guess I'm just supposed to find 4 of those. We are drastically low on health at this point. Almost at a level, though, so I can use that information to my advantage, potentially. Gotta avoid getting into line with any archers for a bit here. Okay, there's a bunch of, like, plebs over here. There is an archer, though. I couldn't see him behind the letterboard at first. I don't know what kind of range they have. Can I spell a long enough word to shoot out to where he is? That's a great suggestion, game, except there's no U's in here. Oh, I can move the camera. Okay. I tried like moving it with right click and middle mouse or any of that, and nothing happened. But I can zoom out though, so you can see this is all happening on like a game board, as was kind of hinted at by the tiles. Amson, I don't think is a word there, game. But you know what? Let's find out. Oh wait, no, I don't have an eye. That doesn't work. Not really seeing great words with the letters I have. Perhaps if I rearrange it, I might get inspired. There's hens, but that's not helpful. Isn't henna a thing? I feel like that's something. Yeah, a shrub, Lawsonia irmis, having fragrant reddish flowers. Not good enough for any real spell range, but I remembered a word. So that's good. I think I'm just gonna have to risk moving closer. I'm assuming he's gonna turn around when he bumps the wall. That seems to be how these guys work. So what I can actually do is get in position to fight these guys and hopefully get my level that way. It's a good thing placing tiles doesn't take a turn. Level up! You just leveled up. The marker at the top of your experience bar shows that you have skill points to spend. Click it to open the character menu. Alternatively, you can press C. Okay, so we've got Shock, Firebolt, Necrotic Flare, and double word score, as well as some stats. Rigor increases spell cast score multiplier by 0.02. The score multiplier does not influence whether or not spells crit. Grandeur, 10 points, increases the number of relics and the number of unplaced letters you can hold. And Virtue increases your hit points. But it's a 1-to-1 thing, huh? Well, we're gonna take a bunch of Virtue. Oh, these take 5 skill points each, though. Well, guess we're not learning any new spells. I'm just gonna try to not die for a moment. You'll notice we also didn't heal on level up, so we're in trouble. Yep, I fucked up. Brain went, oh yeah, you could walk past him. Surely you gave the best you could, but it seems that wasn't enough. What this really needs is a frame rate cap, because I'm watching the frame rate go all over the place. And that would solve the CPU usage issues. But now, armed with knowledge, we can kind of make this work. Oh, you can spell your... You can go and spell the letters vertically, too. Okay. Good. Good will be enough to hit both of them. And that's enough to kill, so... No, it's enough to kill one, not both. That's fine. Can I, like, skip a turn? Doesn't seem like it. Notice we also stayed at our level. So that's interesting. Death does not actually cost you your experience. I would have figured it would have been like a full reset. So word. Barim? No, Bari is, but Barim isn't. That works. That's a long shot. I get shot a couple times. Do it. Oh, wait, maybe not. This is overkill for him, but you know what? Oh, gained relic Black Lotus Tea. Some relics have active effects that can only be used by right-clicking the relic. Relics might only have a limited amount of charges, which reset if the relic is brought to a new story. What does it do? Get 3 points of Virtue, Grandeur, and Rigor for this chapter. 1 charge. All smiths were supposed to practice hammering a teapot when first discovering their modeling abilities, often resulting in works of paltry quality. In this special case, a peculiar bright scholar filled this one with a concoction made of the Black Lotus, a worthless hallucinogenic weed ubiquitous all over the world. I did not mean to drop that, but give me that back. That gives me a bunch of free stats for a while. Does this count? Yep, so the more is a fen. Okay, more like that is not an actual legal word. Okay. Well, that'll be enough to do some stuff. I'm doing a bad job of making anything vertically, though. FOE. That'll be mostly a kill. I would have been better off just slapping him twice, though, just so as not to use up the spell power, I think. And the worst part is, like, we just have letter jumble going on over here. This is a neat idea, but this is not quite what it looked like when I was looking at the store page. So I'm not as enthused about this as I'd hoped. But it's interesting. And there are enemy types we haven't dealt with, because you see all those guys with shields, though it's very funny that they're just kind of stuck over there. Caught in an eternal dance. And it's a little weird that these guys don't turn much. Like, they just walk back and forth on their set paths until something happens. Okay, yeah, Firebolt goes until it hits target. Let's grab Firebolt. Oh. You just learned a new spell. As you can see, the symbol on the board, the symbol of the spell is now at least 1 tile on the board to the right. Place words on that tile to cast that spell. Usually you can cast only 1 spell at a time. Exceptions say so. That sucks. I was hoping to be able to just use that in place of the other spell, which suddenly makes a lot more sense in terms of game balance. It's just unfortunate for my purposes. So we also can get Teleport, Frost, Rejuvenation, and Orb of Fire. So I needed to get Firebolt to get heal anyway. But we still need to get Necrotic Flare. And then we'll be able to get Rejuvenation. So let's bank our points for the moment. You're gonna yell at me about it, but I don't care. Doesn't look like I got anything. Wait, no, it landed over here. Relic Straight Sword Hilt. Okay. Add 3 to your round score, is multiplied by the spell score multiplier and affects spell crit calculation. Okay, also we never did look at the Minor Goddess. Oh, every 7th turn you and your units are immortal. Neat. And yeah, I can just carry 4 relics. That's what the number was. Okay. Well, let's just spell out what's gonna happen to me. I'm gonna get reamed. Hmm. I so dearly wish that I could fucking pass turns. Because there's no, like, keybinds list or anything, so I can't check to see if I could just burn a turn. I mean, I guess technically I can, actually. Just cast away a useless spell. Sucks. I have to waste it. When your options are waste a spell or die, I feel like wasting the spell is the better call. Deja vu potion. Remove all letters played on your board. You keep your unplaced letters, 1 charge. Brew poured by Sanzing and devoured by the mythical dragon Ouroboros as symbol of eternal shapeshifting. Gifted to his friends to be used like a dishonorable trick to get out of jail in need. But I used up its 1 charge, so we'll just go ahead and throw that away. Now we've cleaned out our board, so we can actually do more. Oh, you did turn. Okay. I now have a very awkward situation at my hands here. Okay, there we go. I lost him. Can you get around these kind of things? You cannot. You're stupid. Problem is, I don't have any letters I can use. I only have consonants. I have no vowels. I will hit you with the power of R. Oh, that's actually a thing. Pun, indicating thinking or pondering. What? Also, notice how I can just put these anywhere on the board. I've been doing that wrong the entire time. So if I do that, I get Fireball. Let's not waste the Firebolt there. Actually put this over here. Because if I put it over here vertically, we can actually have words ending with N over here. Problem is, I have 3 whole hit points to my name. So we are probably dead. This is very much an interesting concept. I don't know how to feel too much about it until I see it fleshed out more, I think is the big thing. And I can spell kin. That'd be enough to kill, so sure. Ugh. Like, the difficulty of this game very clearly comes from just the letter salad you end up with. Then again, I can do what I do best, and win. But I need him to get a little closer before I can actually win. Is a Quinn a thing? No. That's spelled differently. Gwyn's a oh no, Gwyn is present participle of go. There you go. Perish. Bet you never thought you'd learn something today. Get you with some of them Scrabble words. Maybe that pot will heal me. We just need to get there alive. Heals by 10 when first attack. Well, that'll help. Hello, sir. We've ended up with a bit of a sticking point here with our lettering a little bit, but not to mention our letters down here are just disgusting. Thankfully, I can brute force the guy in front of me. Okay, now with some more letters. What can I do here? I can peel. Firebolt. Oh, that's how his shield works. You know what? That makes nothing but sense. And this is nothing but a problem. How much damage do you do? Oh, you just block attacks from the front entirely. Okay. So I can just do this, and you are actually a chump. Okay, understood. He never learned how to dance. He's just an obstruction from the front, and that's it. So these guys are actually worth free letters and free experience, then. Good to know. Grab that. Thing is, I don't know if I need to fill in all these dots to get over here. If we do, that means I need to level this more, which is a problem. Because it looks like you need 2 levels of Necrotic Flare to get here, and 5 levels of Firebolt, which is a whole issue. I think what we do then is we actually just get more rigor, so our scores are higher. This way we just do more damage. What happens if I go through here? Okay, it looks like we're loading a new area. Okay, so I guess we re-rolled the area by doing that, and I healed. There's a bird. Is the bird the word? I don't know. I'm gonna just take some damage here. What does bird do? Blue ice bird. For every enemy you kill, add 1 grander for the rest of this chapter. Neat. Go ahead and drink my tea. Throw the relic away. We've got some necrotic flare spots up here. They might be hard for you to see. They're kind of hard for me to see. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all can't see them. Understand that I know they're there and I see them. Aged wine. All units on the field move 1 step without attacking or seeking each other. Being disarmed, 1 charge. Meh. That has its uses, but I would rather save my last slot for a better relic than that, hopefully. Another statue of the minor goddess. Subjunctive. Oh, increases the chance to drop items by 10%. Well, obviously we want that one more than the other statue of the minor goddess we had. Is more items more better, right? That's how that works, right? Totally, yeah. What the fuck is going on over here? Oh, we got an archer. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't want to put it there. Actually, there's an incredibly on-brand word I can spell here. Oh, no, I can't. I was gonna type dragon, but I realized I had an M, not an N. So be just drag 'em. Drag 'em. Look at this whole dance party that's happening up here, though. This is silly. This is something the devs might want to work on. Oh, this is still an issue, huh? That's not ideal. I'm gonna die now. Oh wait, no, I was immortal for a round, right? Chance potion. Replace all of your unplaced letters with the same number of random ones. 1 charge. Well, all the letters in the world ain't gonna save me because this man is about to stab me in the ass. But I suppose I do have the age-old option of... Never mind. I was gonna say I have the age-old option of run. But since we're dead, let's go ahead and as soon as this loads in, we will hop out of this one now, too. Just gonna be running through these pretty quick, it seems. I expected this to last a bit longer, and technically it would, if I wanted to actually get to the boss and do the thing. But I think we saw what we needed to see there. Let's see. Half hours in. That's 2 more demos done, so that's good. What do I want to do next? I do need to keep a few demos pocketed for tomorrow still as well, because of the fact that we have the multiplayer demos, which, by the way, those are going to be late in the day tomorrow. I'll probably start a bit earlier than that to get a few more of these solo demos in, and then go into some multiplayer demos with Smori and Char.